Belief is the engine that drives everything in life. It is the invisible hand that shapes your destiny, the silent voice that whispers yes when the world screams no. It's the internal fire that burns even when the lights go out. And the truth is, we are all living testimonies of what we believe. Whether it's belief in yourself, belief in a cause, belief in your faith, or belief in a dream, what you hold to be true in your mind becomes the reality you live. You see, belief is not just a feeling, it's a force. It's the foundation upon which empires are built, movements are born, and lives are transformed. Every invention you've ever touched, every skyscraper you've ever seen, every piece of music that has ever moved your soul started with someone who believed. They believed when it didn't make sense. They believed when others laughed. They believed when nothing seemed possible. And because they believed, they changed the world. Now let's turn the lens inward. Let's talk about you. What do you believe about yourself? Not what the world tells you, not what your past tries to convince you of, but what do you believe? Because what you believe determines what you do. If you believe you're not enough, you'll play small. If you believe your past defines your future, you'll stay stuck. If you believe the mountain is too high, you won't even begin the climb. But if you believe, even just a little, that there's more in you than what life has shown so far, then you have already taken the first step to transformation. There's a reason belief precedes action. Nobody takes a step unless they believe the step is worth taking. Athletes don't train unless they believe they can win. Entrepreneurs don't invest unless they believe the dream is possible. Students don't study unless they believe knowledge will take them somewhere greater. You won't fight for your life, your future, your vision, unless you believe it's worth fighting for. And that belief begins inside you. There was a time when belief came naturally. Think back to when you were a child. You believed you could fly. You believed anything was possible. You didn't question your value or your worth. The world hadn't gotten to you yet. But then life happened. People criticized. You failed a few times. Someone told you to be realistic. And slowly that wild, courageous belief began to shrink. But I'm here to tell you, it's still in you. That same fire, that same voice, that same spark. All it needs is to be fed again. Belief doesn't eliminate fear. It gives you the strength to move through it. Belief won't erase your past, but it gives you the power to rewrite your future. Belief doesn't mean you won't fall, but it assures you that you will rise. Every giant leap starts with a whisper of belief. Muhammad Ali said, "I am the greatest," long before he ever was. He believed it before the world did. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. What made them different? Belief. Not just belief in their talent, belief in their purpose. Belief that they had something to offer the world. And so do you. Let me ask you something. What would your life look like if you believed in yourself 100%? Really think about that. If fear wasn't in the way, if doubt wasn't choking your potential, if you actually believed that the gifts inside of you mattered, what would you do differently? Would you start that business? Go back to school? Apologize? Forgive? Would you write that book? Launch that movement? Speak your truth? Would you finally silence the lies that say you're too old, too young, too broken, too late? Because belief says, even now I can. Belief says, it's not over until I say it is. Belief says, this mountain will move. And let me be very clear. Belief is not reserved for the special, the elite, the privileged, or the chosen. It's available to all of us. And the more you feed it, the stronger it becomes. It's like a muscle. You may not see the results immediately, but every rep counts. Every time you speak life over yourself, that belief grows. Every time you push past the fear and take action, Even if it's a small step, your belief deepens. Every time you fall and get back up again, that belief is solidified. Belief is not a one-time decision. It's a daily choice. And sometimes the most radical act of belief is simply showing up. Showing up when no one is clapping. Showing up when you're tired. Showing up when you're not sure it will work. Showing up because something in your soul says, I can't quit now. That's the power of belief. It doesn't just change your life, it changes your posture. It changes how you walk into rooms. It changes how you handle rejection. It changes how you see failure. It turns obstacles into opportunities and pain into purpose. But belief has an enemy, and that enemy is doubt. Doubt will try to convince you that playing it safe is smart, that comfort is better than calling, that waiting for the perfect moment is wise. But belief says the perfect moment is now. Belief says, I'll figure it out on the way. Belief says, let's go. You don't need to know the whole path. You just need to believe in the next step. And when you take it, something magical happens. You begin to gain momentum. You start building confidence. Doors begin to open. Not because everything is easy, but because you've activated the force inside you that makes things possible. That force is belief. And when you awaken it, you become unstoppable.